first, we'd like to ask you, what do you look for when you look at a portfolio website?
Portfolio website. I would, of course, work, their graphic design skills, their web design skills. That's the majority of what I look in portfolio website.
Okay. First thing I look for is navigation, design, and then the quality of the work.
When you browse the web in your own time, what's your favorite type of website? Like, what do you generally navigate towards, or gravitate towards when you visit the web? Like, what kinds of sites do you find most enjoyable?
Information sites has nice, cool graphics on the site that is catchy, that draws attention.
Mine depends on what it is that I'm looking for at a particular moment. I use the web for a lot of research, and then I will also follow links from one site to another site as sites that link to each other to go more in depth until I find the information that I'm looking for. Other than that, on a daily basis, I frequent the news sites.
What are some things that you'll go to a website and some things that are instant turn-offs? Just general things that you dislike about websites in general.
Usability and navigation. If I cannot, it's hard to locate the navigation. I just leave. And the amount of slowness of the website. It's really slow. It's it should leave.
Ease of use of finding what I'm looking for. Broken links really turn me off if they've got something on there and I click and I get a 404 error, I'm out of there. Okay.
What are your general feelings about the use of Flash on websites?
Use of Flash, I'm not, right now a big fan of Flash, but it just makes your site pretty slow. If you use whole Flash website, just depending on what they use, bandwidth, the speed of Flash, But if they use like a banner, I would say it would be okay to use Flash. Yeah.
Like any tool, it has its purpose. I like it if it's used to load content dynamically. I dislike it if it's being used to try to force a presentation onto you that, as Moise says, it just takes forever to load.
Right.
And then I feel it's being bad and used in a bad way.
On the flip side, what do you feel about new emerging technologies in web like HTML5 and CSS3?
I embrace it.
Yeah, I agree with Jared.
Okay. Do you see that, in your opinion, do you think that these newer technologies will eventually replace Flash altogether?
I was like what I do in my work, we hardly use Flash. jQuery is the next, using banners, and in jQuery you can use mostly everything, even in jQuery, even in phones, you can view website in Flash. There's an iPhone, you can't even view website, in Flash. So
I think it will eventually replace Flash. I don't think it will do so immediately because there's too many large companies that are already vested in it, and they will keep using the product until something better comes along. Okay.
Do each of you have a website?
Yeah, I do. I work in a company, an oil and gas company, doing web development, and I do freelance too. So I have my own website.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one to promote my suite of work.
Okay. What are some common issues that you generally encounter in the web? And I guess you kind of touched on this already, but and what you don't like. But what are more common issues?
most common issues is the size of the fonts. They, depending on the resolution of your screen, the font is, they make it very small. It's hard to read. You have to, if you have any, you have to get in close to read the text. And the color, the font color you use, depending on what kind of color you use. Like background color on text. Depending on.
Right.
Other one I would say, too much content on a single page.
Right. So it's too heavy.
Too busy.
What are your opinions on blogs?
I would say blogs are pretty good and websites. If for SEO or search engine purposes, blog would help that out. But I would say blog is pretty nice on websites.
They serve a purpose, just like blogs are pretty much also interchangeable with the word forums.
Correct. Yeah.
And so, yeah, they have their purpose.
When you go through the web, what browser do you generally prefer?
I have PC, so I use IE or sometimes Firefox, depending, but majority of IE.
Which version of IE?
I use IE8.
IE, okay.
I'm on Safari. I do not use Firefox on a Mac because it's slow as hell. Excuse my French. And I'm just now starting to experiment with Chrome. And IE is only available on the Mac if you're using an older version from about 2002, which is version 5.2.3 was the last version. Because as soon as Safari came out, Microsoft quit development for the Mac side.
What would be some of the potential reasons for you to look at a portfolio website?
What would be a particular reason why I would look at a portfolio?
Why would you? What would be your goal in looking at a portfolio website?
My goal would be if I'm hiring someone, I would look at the skill set, their design skill set, their development skill set, and what they got. I would if I look for someone as an employee, I would look for a portfolio website. So.
Yeah, same way here. Normally when I'm looking at portfolio websites, it's what an individual has sent me because they're looking to get a job, and I'm looking at their design, I'm looking at their usability, and I even go behind the scenes and look at their code. If I see something, I can immediately spot something that's cookie cutter, especially if somebody's done it with JavaScript and just made their buttons JavaScript buttons, and you can just see where they just copy pasted and just changed the name. I figure they don't really know that much about coding, and it's a quick turn off for me.
Right.
But,
what are your opinions on displaying Twitter feeds on a website that a potential employer might see?
rephrase that, please.
What is your opinion on a person displaying something like a Twitter feed or other social network on a website that an employer may see?
I would put that like social media on my website. I have it. It's more on marketing terms. If you want to market your website using Facebook or Twitter, that would help. In my website I have it too, and it would help out. You can network with people and share.
I agree. I think it's good for networking, but I think everybody needs to be cautious of what they put because it can come back and haunt you when you least expect it.
Right.
And when you're looking to go to a website, do you prefer to type in the URL directly, or do you prefer to search a search engine for the website?
Search engine for me.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing. Search engine.
Okay.
And I would say mostly search engine, especially if I'm looking for something on a topic, particular topic, but I don't know who the websites are and what's out there. I will do a search, and then
If I know the website, I would directly go to the website. If I don't know the website, like I would rather research and not just look for the website.
And that's kind of all I had. Going off sheet, you did mention, I think you've already mentioned this, but just to make sure we have it all down, which operating systems do you most commonly use?
I commonly use right now is PC.
PC?
Mac.
Mac, okay. Do you have any other questions?
I think that's
That
about it.
covers it. Thank you both for coming today. We got a lot of really good information. And we look forward to possibly seeing you again if you're coming back for the testing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Question that you would possibly consider, what search engines do you use?
It's a good one. What search engines? What search engines do you generally use?
I use Google.
Google?
Yeah.
I use Google. Sometimes I will use Dogpile.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good question. We'll definitely remember that one. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.